Hello and welcome to the Economic Times Global Business Summit DisruptX special series, where we're profiling some trailblazing enterprises that are transforming India's business landscape. On this very special episode, we're looking at a company that is bringing about digital transformation in the energy utilities and the smart city space globally with its portfolio of software products and proven turnkey solutions. Located in Visakhapatnam's IT district, Fluentgrid is a technology solutions company with a global presence and a suite of cutting-edge software solutions. The company is leveraging technology and innovation to improve everyday quality of life. We caught up with its founder, MD and CEO, Mr. Murali Ganamani, to understand the company's approach to spearheading the smart utility and smart city movement to create sustainable and resilient communities. Mr. Murali, technology is disrupting every industry that we know of. And I wanted to know what's happening on the utilities front and what kind of role is Fluentgrid playing in this?
Sure. So right now, smart metering is the single major disruptive technology in the utility industry. With smart metering and huge amount of data generated, you have better insight into the consumer or the consumption behavior of consumers, the real-time demand-supply gap in the network, identify historical anomalies, forecast demand, and so on. I believe smart metering is the foundational element of futuristic self-healing and autonomous smart grid networks, where every consumer can generate their own energy to become prosumer, connect electric cars, and help balance the grid, trade energy from home battery during peaks, allow even home appliances to buy power when it's cheap, and allowing even businesses to own their own power plants, virtual power plants. So all these scenarios and many more to come are for real and just, I think, a few years away. So at Fluentgrid, we have been closely observing this transition to new energy scenarios and contributing to thought leadership and policy making through industry bodies like ISGF. We have deployed our innovative smart grid solutions at several utilities, helping them assess their benefit and integrated end-to-end software product stack, known as Fluentgrid AMI. So we have helped scores of utilities in India and overseas as well streamline their commercial processes and even reduce their revenue losses with our Fluentgrid CRM product suite, and today catering to millions of consumers.
Mr. Murali, the government of India, they've embarked on this ambitious project to roll out 250 million smart prepaid electricity meters across the nation. Now, how does that help Indian utilities? Where does Fluentgrid fit into this?
Indeed, ambitious program, but much needed program because of many reasons. Firstly, it would help the utilities become financially healthy by improving their cash flows and curbing revenue leakages. Second, it would streamline entire commercial operations by fixing the process gaps, because you are essentially saying no supply without a prepaid or a funded meter, period. So third, as I mentioned before, smart meters are the foundational element of smart grid networks of the future. And any utility, or in fact, entire nation's inevitable digital energy journey starts with a smart meter. And we've been at the forefront of the smart metering evolution in India. And Fluentgrid's UHES and Fluentgrid MDM power some of these projects. Likewise, we are also part of in both the rounds of EESL, Energy Efficiency Services Limited, large-scale 5 million smart metering projects, deploying our products for several utilities across the country. And with our field-proven, standards-compliant products that are feature-rich and very robust, we are confident and hopeful of garnering around 42%, or at least 40 to 50% market share in India, and together with our partners, of course.
The United Nations projects that about 70% of the world's population will live in urban areas by 2050. Now, how well are we equipped for that in the current scenario? And how is Fluentgrid contributing to find a solution to this mega problem?
So, you see, urbanization is inevitable. So challenge is to accommodate growing urban population without compromising on the quality of the life of citizens. And a lot of foundational work is already done in the past decade or so. And institutions like forums like National Smart Cities Mission of India is exactly intended to address this problem early on and build necessary expertise to be the torch bearer for the world in urban digital transformation. And under this mission, we have set up command control centers for Visakhapatnam, Lucknow, and Kochi smart cities, while the Bangalore one is under implementation currently. And Fluentgrid Actelligence is the digital transformation platform that powers these command centers, integrating several smart elements across the city, and leveraging AI and ML, artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities of the platform to glean actionable intelligence to make the cities livable in a more sustainable manner.
Mr. Murli, I want to talk to you now about the command center. The sheer range of the smart city elements and services that are integrated onto a common platform here is just amazing. So what goes on, what's behind all this, and how can it be extended to other domains as well?
So you see, a smart city is primarily about real-time situational awareness and visualization through several connected and smart systems like CCTV surveillance, and data coming from several sensors across the city, and various other IT systems, besides of course citizen engagement and the social media channels. So here in Vizag, we have integrated close to 25 different smart elements and data sources to make this possible. And the solution is flexible to accommodate more number of such integrations in the future. And the second aspect is to analyze this data for actionable insights using advanced technologies like AI and ML capabilities of the platform, and alert the concerned for necessary action. And the third most important aspect is to trigger SOPs for incident resolution and monitor those SOPs execution on the ground. So Actelligence, our digital transformation platform, is a unique and fully integrated platform that can seamlessly enable the above functions for realizing command control centers for smart cities with least time and effort. And Actelligence platform can be applied to other domains as well, where they have digital infrastructure to realize centralized operation center kind of solutions, be it for power, water, gas distribution, transmission, generation companies, and even ports and airports, oil and gas, healthcare, manufacturing, so on. I can go on. So any digital infrastructure, needs these operation centers, and we are already working with companies in these sectors, like, for example, NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation, and Kahramaa. Kahramaa is a very progressive utility in Qatar, and we are, as we speak, we are continue to explore newer domains and newer sectors to extend the Actelligence platform.
But sir, as the market evolves, so do its providers and all the other players in the market. What's the winning strategy at Fluentgrid that helps you remain relevant and maintains your leadership position?
So I think, I would say, our industry knowledge and expertise, the deep industry domain knowledge and expertise is one key differentiator. Second, our agility and adaptability. And the product innovation and the commitment to customer success are, I think, some of the key success factors that help us stay relevant and maintain our leadership position in the market. So deep domain expertise helped us to understand customer business and their pain points better, so that we can work with them to find practical solutions to solve their problems.
Fantastic. Mr. Murli, we're here at your splendid Hilltop campus, and it's got this gorgeous sea view. But tell me a little bit about the significance of this campus and how it's aiding your vision.
Thank you. So indeed, this campus is a modern-day monument to celebrate our 2-decade-old journey to build a global software product company out of Vizag. It's perched on the hilltop with beautiful sea views. So it continues to motivate me and my teams to look farther and do more to expand and increase our global footprint. It's a sprawling 2-acre campus with around 150,000 square feet of built-up space. And it's built with locally available materials. So this was a very challenging site, very challenging terrain. From the place where you see the Buddha statue to the amphitheater, there was almost a 90 feet drop of the gradient, and we had to make it workable, and we had to cut a lot of rock and use that rock in the entire construction. So you will see, the entire building, first and second floor, all the pavements, the retaining walls are all made with the same stone. And to reflect that passion and that efforts, we have placed the largest, rock that you see, in the campus. to also reflect and signify our commitment towards sustainability. And we were very lucky to find a good architectural firm based out of Ahmedabad by name Kakani and Associates. So they worked very closely with us, and if you see this building, there are about 26 blocks, and there are about 5 towers with 26 blocks, and each block, between each 2 blocks, there is an open space again. So you get a sense of openness, a lot of free, spaces, and it's truly a very peaceful and serene environment once you step into the campus. And see, there is the rainwater harvesting, the wastewater treatment, there's rooftop solar, and other sustainability practices. And this, I'm very happy to share that this campus is fully compliant with green building norms, and it has also been recognized as one of the model energy efficient building by UNDP and Bureau of Energy Efficiency. And we're also compliant with ISO 14001 and ISO 45001 for environmental and occupational health and safety.
Fantastic. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you and to get to know so much more about Fluentgrid. But it's time for a quick break on ET Global Business Summit DisruptX special series. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Economic Times Global Business Summit DisruptX series, where we're featuring energy and urban technology solution provider Fluentgrid. Now, for a better understanding of their people-centric but technology-supported platform, we're now in conversation with Srijana Gummala, IAS, who is the Commissioner of the Greater Visakhapatnam Municipal Corporation and the CEO of Greater Visakhapatnam Smart City Limited. Ma'am, first up, Visakhapatnam is popularly known as Vizag, which is the city of destiny and the jewel of the East Coast. What makes it so unique, and where is the city headed?
See, Vizag, as you rightly said, is the city of destiny or the jewel of the East Coast. If not for any other reason, it's for this eclectic presence of people around here. It is naturally endowed. If you see, it has a beautiful setup of it. It's set between a sea and beautiful hills, the Eastern Ghats. So it's the origin of the city itself is very beautiful, and it has been extending and inviting people from all across the country and sometimes all across the world, because it is the house of one of the major ports of the country. There's a huge PSU presence here. There is HPCL here. There is IOCL here. There is steel plant here. There are many number of PSUs around, and of course the Navy, the Eastern Naval Command also is headquartered here. So basically, from the beginning, it's a crowd which is always welcoming, surely because of its nature. So it's always touted to be that city where the development or the future is going to get to. I would say the USP of the city is it welcomes people. It makes the people its own. It has always been like that, which is its strength, that I would say.
And ma'am, Vizag was part of the first batch of 8 cities picked up under the 100 Smart Cities mission. And it was also the first fully integrated smart city to go live. How did that happen? Can you walk us through that? And how is all that smart infrastructure helping the city now?
So the timing of the smart city also was important for the state and the city per se. The smart city mission had started when our state was divided between Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So Vizag became the biggest city of the state. Hitherto it was Hyderabad, which was the biggest in the integrated state, but now for Andhra Pradesh still is the biggest city. So that had its advantage, and it already had, as I earlier said, it already had a presence of IT, it already had a presence of major companies. So it was a natural choice, because this is where we want to center our development around. This city is where we want to project our future to. We want to pitch this city equal to the other major cities of the country, and someday maybe pitch it against the major cities of the world. So that natural start had some historical background in our political history. So that was one of the reasons, I would say, with this being a major city, and its added advantage, historical advantage of already being a developed city in comparison with others, and uh, and of course its place in the future.
So, ma'am, tell me a little bit about the smart infrastructure. How is the setup that currently is there, and how it's contributing to this, for the city becoming kind of like a beacon, an icon for the future, as a future, the way cities should be done. How is the smart infrastructure playing a key role there?
This is a smart city. You know very well by now that it's a model that we do in a part of a city. It is an area-based development project. So you choose a particular area and give all the infrastructure which you say an ideal city should be having. It finally boils down that you take a particular part of the city, make it ideal in all its terms of infrastructure, and show it as a model to the rest of the city and maybe to the rest of the world, that this is how you make it a fully developed city. So that is exactly what has been taken in Vizag. I would say there is what all I have mentioned have all been integrated into the smart city plan.
And ma'am, just your thoughts on what is the role of Fluent Grid in Vizag's smart city journey?
See, they have been a very integral part in our triple C. I mean, the Command and Communication Center. We choose to call it the COC, the City Operations Center. We don't want that Command and Communication Center kind of an authoritative word. We want it to be called as a City Operations Center. And that is where we monitor all these smart elements that we have tried to put in to the city, make it a part of the city's development, starting as nascent as traffic management, or streetlights monitoring, or about our sanitation issues, or even to the or disaster management call boxes. All of them have been integrated, and future things like how do we want to take our revenues of the city to, where are we lacking, where do we need to work. All this kind of data analysis is done through our COC. So we generate a lot of data, and it is up to us and left to us how we make good use of it and take a data-driven decision in our city administration. And I would definitely say the COC is making a very huge contribution there. And if I say COC is making a contribution, Fluentgrid obviously, because they are manning it, they are running it, so they are guiding us technically sometimes. As to if I have something in my mind, they put it into a plan, because I only give an idea, but how to actually play it on the field, COC helps me to do so. It's kind of very it's convenient for my administration to put use of my COC. Fluentgrid is definitely helping me there.
An integrated command and control center is the heart of a smart city. It offers real-time situational awareness of a city's infrastructure, its services, and its people through seamless integration of all the city systems. So to truly understand Fluent Grid systems integration capabilities, we took a quick stroll over to the City Operations Center of Visakhapatnam Smart City.
The integrated command center implemented for Visakhapatnam primarily to monitor various city services, starting with e-governance, safety and security, public health, and also from a urban mobility point of view. These are the core areas has been covered in the implementation, and the city authority can monitor the real-time situational awareness from the command and control center.
Fluent Grid considers customer success a measure of their own. So next up, we caught up with Mr. Sanjay Banga, President of Tata Power Limited, for a first-hand review of their experience to date and why they consider Fluent Grid their platform and partner of choice.
Technology is a very integral part of our business now in Tata Power, whether it's Tata Power Delhi or it's Tata Power Mumbai as such. And we leverage technologies to bring a lot of transparency, a decision which is driven on data, and more important, it brings agility in the entire company as such. So technology's role is not only limited to one sphere, that it's operation only we are using technology. We use technology for improving reliability. We use technology for improving our loss level so the consumer get power at a cheaper cost. But more important, we bring technology so the consumer is empowered completely. So the role of technology is not only to one section or another section, but rather the utility is entirely driven by all digital technologies. I'm happy to share with you that Tata Power is now part of the top 20 utilities in the world who are good in deploying technologies. So it's not only in India, but on the international level also, we are recognized for leveraging technologies for improving efficiency. We are working with Fluentgrid for different applications. We are using their application for our smart metering solutions, both in Mumbai and Delhi, and these are now deployed. Our association with Fluentgrid is not more on transactional basis, that it's a vendor or owner kind of a relationship. It's a very collaborative approach we have used here. Both teams discuss, come out with very good use cases, a very innovative solution, because many processes in India are very, very different. And we discuss and we come out with solution which becomes part of Fluentgrid system. So it's a very good association. Sustainable and long-term association is what I believe it. We are using their billing system in Odisha, which is again a mission critical application for any distribution utility as such. And it's really good to see an Indian company creating a product which is well recognized even by Gartner. So so far it has been an excellent journey with Fluentgrid for us.
With its thought leadership, proven portfolio of products, innovative solution suite, precise delivery and reliable support, Fluentgrid is transforming the energy and urban landscape at breakneck speed, taking India one step closer towards a sustainable future. And that's all on this very special episode of the Economic Times Global Business Summit DisruptX series. Thank you so much for watching.